In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. We juggle responsibilities at work, home, and in our personal lives. The to-do list never seems to shrink, and the constant mental clutter can leave us feeling stressed and unproductive. We may start our day with good intentions, only to find ourselves bogged down by a never-ending stream of tasks, decisions, and interruptions. This constant mental juggling act can leave us feeling exhausted and defeated, even if we've managed to check a few things off our list. The problem often lies not in a lack of effort, but in a lack of effective systems for managing the relentless influx of information and commitments. Our brains are amazing at processing information, but they're not designed to store and recall an ever-growing list of tasks and ideas. We need a system, a trusted external tool to help us keep track of everything we need to do and make clear decisions about what to focus on and when. Developed by David Allen, GTD is a productivity system that provides a structured framework for capturing, organizing, and prioritizing your tasks and projects. It's not about cramming more into your day or becoming a robotic taskmaster. Instead, GTD is about creating a sense of ease and control by providing a clear roadmap for navigating the demands of modern life. The core principle of GTD is simple. Get everything out of your head and into a trusted system. By externalizing your thoughts, ideas, and commitments, you free up valuable mental space for focus, creativity, and problem solving. Imagine no longer having to mentally juggle deadlines, appointments, and errands. With GTD, you can trust that everything is captured and organized, allowing you to relax and engage fully in the present moment. Imagine your mind as a high-performance sports car capable of incredible speed and agility. Now picture this car trying to navigate a winding road with a trailer full of bricks attached to it. The bricks represent all the unprocessed thoughts, tasks, and ideas cluttering your mind. They weigh you down, slowing you down and making it difficult to focus on the road ahead. The first step in the GTD methodology is to unhitch that trailer and unload those bricks. This is the capture phase, where you create a system for collecting everything that has your attention, getting it out of your head and into a trusted external system. Think of it as creating inboxes for your life, physical and digital spaces where you can deposit all those thoughts, to-dos and ideas that would otherwise be taking up valuable mental real estate. Capturing is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing practice. Just as your physical inbox needs regular emptying, your mental inbox requires consistent attention. Make it a habit to capture anything that pops into your head, whether it's a work-related task, a household chore, a creative idea, or even a fleeting thought you want to remember later. Don't judge or analyze what you're capturing at this stage. Simply get it out of your head and into your chosen inbox. You'll have time to process and prioritize everything later. The important thing is to create a habit of capturing consistently, so nothing falls through the cracks. Section 3, choosing your tools. The beauty of GTD is its adaptability. There's no one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to choosing your capture tools. The best tools are the ones you'll actually use consistently. Experiment with different options and find what resonates with your personal style and workflow. If you're tactile and enjoy the feeling of pen on paper, a simple notebook and pen might be your ideal capture tool. For the digitally inclined, there's a plethora of note-taking apps available, each with its own strengths and features. Voice memos are another great option for capturing thoughts on the go, especially if you find yourself short on time or frequently on the move. Section 1. Emptying the inboxes, a processing primer. Now that you've established a system for capturing your thoughts, tasks, and ideas, it's time to tackle the next step in the GTD methodology, clarifying. This is where you roll up your sleeves and start processing everything you've collected in your inboxes, making decisions about what each item means and what, if anything, needs to be done about it. Think of it as sorting through the mail after a long trip. You wouldn't leave it piled up indefinitely. You'd sift through it, discarding junk, filing away important documents, and taking action on time-sensitive matters. The clarifying phase is all about transforming vague intentions and fleeting thoughts into concrete, actionable steps. It's about gaining clarity on your commitments and deciding on the best course of action for each item in your inbox. The goal is to empty your inboxes regularly, ensuring that nothing stagnates and that you're only holding on to items that require your attention. Section 2. The power of context. As you clarify your inboxes and identify actionable items, you'll notice that certain tasks lend themselves to being grouped together based on the context in which they can be done. This is where the concept of context comes into play in GTD. Context refers to the tools, resources, or environments necessary to complete a task. For example, some tasks can only be done at your computer, while others can be done on the go. Some tasks require specific people or resources, while others can be done independently. By categorizing your tasks by context, you can batch similar activities together, making your workflow more efficient. Imagine trying to make phone calls, respond to emails, and run errands all at the same time. It would be a recipe for distraction and inefficiency. Instead, by grouping tasks by context like phone calls, errands, or at computer, you can focus on completing similar activities in dedicated blocks of time, maximizing your productivity and minimizing context switching. Section 3. The weekly review ritual. Imagine a ship navigating across the ocean without a compass or a map. It might set sail with good intentions, but without regular course correction, it's likely to veer off track at risk of getting lost at sea. The same principle applies to our productivity systems. Without regular reflection and adjustment, even the most well-intentioned plans can go awry. That's where the weekly review comes in, a non-negotiable pillar of the GTD methodology. The weekly review is a dedicated time you set aside each week to review your commitments, clear your inboxes, and ensure your system is up to date and aligned with your goals. It's a time to reflect on what you've accomplished, assess your priorities, and set your intentions for the week ahead. Think of it as a weekly tune-up for your productivity engine, ensuring everything is running smoothly and that you're on track to achieve your goals. Section 1. The power of perspective. Imagine standing in the midst of a dense forest surrounded by towering trees. From ground level, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of foliage, the tangled branches obscuring your view. But imagine for a moment climbing to the top of one of those trees, ascending above the canopy and gazing out at the landscape below. Suddenly you gain a whole new perspective. You can see the lay of the land, the paths that wind through the trees, the clearings that offer space to breathe. This shift in perspective is at the heart of the reflect phase in GTD. It's about stepping back from the day-to-day grind, rising above the immediacy of your to-do list and gaining a broader view of your commitments and aspirations. It's about connecting with your values, clarifying your goals, and ensuring that your actions are aligned with what truly matters to you. This process of reflection is not about adding more tasks to your plate. It's about ensuring that the tasks you're already committed to are truly serving your higher purpose. Section 2. Choosing your next action. A guide to informed decision-making. You've captured your commitments, clarified their meaning, and organized them by context. You've reflected on your priorities and ensured your actions align with your goals. Now comes the most empowering part. The engage phase, where you move from planning to doing, from intention to action. But with a list of tasks at your fingertips, how do you choose what to focus on at any given moment? GTD provides a simple yet powerful framework for making these decisions based on 4 key criteria: context, time available, energy level, and priority. Context, as we discussed earlier, refers to the tools, resources, or environments necessary to complete a task. Time available is self-explanatory. How much time do you realistically have to dedicate to a task at this moment? Energy level refers to your physical and mental state. Are you feeling energized and focused, or drained and easily distracted? Finally, priority is about aligning your actions with your values and goals. What's the most important thing for you to be working on right now? Section 3. The art of trusting the system. Imagine a squirrel meticulously burying acorns in preparation for winter. It doesn't second-guess itself, digging up the acorns to make sure they're still there. It trusts its instincts and the system it's created, knowing that when winter arrives, it can rely on its hidden stash. Similarly, the effectiveness of GTD hinges on your ability to trust the system you've created. Trusting the system means releasing the need to constantly hold everything in your head. It means having faith that you've captured all your commitments, that you've clarified their meaning, and that you've organized them in a way that makes sense to you. It means knowing that when you sit down to work, you don't have to waste time and energy trying to remember what needs to be done. You can simply refer to your trusted system and choose your next action with confidence. Section 1. The transformative power of GTD. In today's fast-paced, information-saturated world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the constant barrage of demands on our time and attention. The to-do list never seems to shrink, the inbox never seems to empty, and the pressure to do more, be more, achieve more can leave us feeling like we're constantly running on a treadmill, never quite reaching the finish line. This is the reality of the modern world, a world where distractions are abundant and focus is a precious commodity. It's no wonder so many of us feel stressed, overwhelmed, and disconnected from our true potential. Getting things done, or GTD as it's commonly known, offers a lifeline in this sea of overwhelm. It's more than just a time management technique or a productivity hack. It's a comprehensive system for regaining control of your life, both personally and professionally. It's about creating a sense of calm amidst the chaos, of clarity amidst the clutter, of confidence amidst the uncertainty. It's about shifting from a reactive state of constantly putting out fires to a proactive state of intentional action and purposeful living. Section 2. Beyond productivity, the deeper benefits of GTD. While increased productivity is a natural outcome of implementing GTD, the benefits of this system extend far beyond simply getting more done. At its core, GTD is about aligning your actions with your values, about creating a life that reflects your true priorities, both personally and professionally. It's about freeing yourself from the tyranny of the urgent so you can create space for what truly matters. When you're no longer bogged down by mental clutter and the stress of unmanaged commitments, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You have more time and energy for the people you love, the hobbies you enjoy, and the pursuits that bring you joy and fulfillment. You become more present in your interactions, more engaged in your work, and more intentional in your choices. Section 3. Your journey to GTD mastery. Like any new skill or habit, mastering GTD takes time, effort, and a willingness to experiment and adjust along the way. There's no one-size-fits-all approach, and what works for one person may not work for another. The key is to find what resonates with your personal style and adapt the principles of GTD to fit your unique needs and workflow. Start by embracing the fundamental principles of capturing, clarifying, organizing, reflecting, and engaging. Experiment with different tools and techniques until you find a system that feels intuitive and effortless for you. Don't be afraid to tweak and refine your system as your needs evolve. Remember, GTD is a journey, not a destination, and the process of continuous improvement is an integral part of the practice.